This is my route. We're in Middle Village, Queens, where I live at. We're heading towards downtown Brooklyn. I'm gonna take DeKalb all the way, and it's gonna be my favorite route straight towards downtown. Let's go, baby. Alrighty then. Start off the day good.
We live in strange times.
What are all these ads, man? Come on.
The housing bubble burst, rise of China, and the rise of...
I love this route. They just paved it by my house. It's really clean. Fresh pavement, I love it. I've been riding this shit forever. This road did not look like this a couple years back. It's my old high school.
Good morning,
Trying to show
everybody.
the camera in the
Thought I'd do something a little different. Started off with a hotline.
I just so much dirt there, Terry.
He's telling me about his high school right now. This is Jerome. We started in Queens and we ended on Flatbush in Brooklyn. It's an interesting route because no one has done a hotline in Brooklyn other than Jerome. Queens to Brooklyn, anyways. Got my breakfast right here. It's carrots, orange, and ginger. I'm gonna pop in every, couple of seconds.
It's the beginning
here
of
but I'll let you enjoy the video
DeKalb?
for a bit.
I'm gonna take this whole way over there. Let the shit begin. Yep. Wait. Downtown Brooklyn, here I come.
So this is he's just getting into Bushwick right here, and this is the area that I rode through in yesterday's video.
We've got an offer you won't
You
want
know
to
what?
miss.
These
Right now,
ads
get
are
fast internet
pissing
from
me
Optimum
off.
for as low as 20.
Gotta get an ad blocker on this computer. Yeah, but this is Bushwick right here.
We in Brooklyn now.
can hear Jerome breathing. Jerome had the microphone, obviously.
Yo, shout out to Haven.
We're riding by Haven Cycles right there on the left.
One of the best shops in Brooklyn right now.
The tricky thing about riding, doing this in Brooklyn is that the streets aren't as wide, you know, as they are in Manhattan. So it can get tricky really quickly.
Feels good.
Cooper Ray's staying back, man. We all can't hang out right now because of all this. We're staying solo.
Yeah. Whew. Got my blood pumping.
Sketchy. So we're now crossing into, we're about to be in Bed-Stuy here in a sec, as soon as we cross over Broadway. This is kind of where you see a lot of my videos when I'm going to the studio and stuff. It's all in this area of Brooklyn. Above, you can see the J train going across on top. I thought the timing on that was awesome. As we were riding in, the J train was going.
Whew. That's that.
Come on, dude. Damn, I missed the part where we caught the sketch. He caught a sketch and like almost dropped me. but I just like kept up with
Fuck a
it.
bike lane.
He's chilling right here. This is the part where he's like kind of catching his breath. If I was going to the studio, I'd normally take a right there. You guys have seen me ride that way many times. This is the Calm. On the left there is a pool.
Whew.
There's a couple little flats and like a little baby bump of an uphill, and then it starts to go downhill, and that's where it gets interesting.
LA. Come on. Shit. Your boy tired. I was nice enough to let them go.
I was ready to just take it.
It's all uphill now. Whew. Another day.
Boris, I would watch the ads, but this is my video. I'm logged into another computer under a private account, so that's why the ads are popping up. He's got a big hip pouch on there. I like how moody it gets right here, because we're under the trees and the camera stays dark. Alright, it's about to start picking up. This is like the top of the little bump of a hill. So it's going to go downhill from here into Flatbush.
Huh.
You guys feeling this music? Or should I put some dubstep on it? Ooh, speaking of dubstep.
Whew.
It's stuck now. This is where the hill gets a little steeper. On the right is Fort Greene Park. This part's rad. Flew by those guys on the sidewalk, they were not happy about it. And then there's construction right here. And then this intersection was easy. He's like, yes, finally. He knows he's coming up to the end right here. And he got the green light, which is crazy. I never catch that
Downtown
green
Brooklyn,
light.
baby.
So this is downtown Brooklyn here.
Woo.
So I just wanted to do something a little different and start it with a video. So that's the hotline with Jerome. That video was let me see. We put that video out in the beginning of November, so it was right when it started to get a little cold. It starts to get cold towards the middle of November, usually around Thanksgiving time. Middle or the end. Anyways, good morning. Those of you who missed it earlier, made some juice, carrot, orange, and ginger. Woke up pretty late today. I think I woke up at 11, so got things started a little later. I slept in, which I haven't been able to do for a while, and I think I figured out the trick. I got to turn on this little, I have this little like noise maker thing. It's like makes white noise. It's easy to sleep. Let me see. I'm pulling up another pulling up some more things to watch. I would watch other people's videos, but yesterday I had issues. If you notice, the morning routine number 7 isn't up. As soon as I was done with it, I got all these YouTube, they're not strikes, but they're warnings like, yo, this video isn't yours, this music isn't yours. So I'm being pretty it's gonna be pretty hard to stream videos that I don't own on here. I don't want to get in trouble or anything, so don't want any YouTube strikes. What else did we do? Oh, dude, can I play my favorite? I'm gonna play my favorite part of this hotline video. It's only the end part that I like. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe I've played this before. I'm gonna play one more video and then I know that some of you have been commenting in the chat. I'll get to that in a sec. This video here is turn this on there. Is something I filmed in Japan with Marco, and I liked it. I like to sample this. I don't know, maybe I've played this before, I'm not sure. But I had to take it down from YouTube, and then it's back up again, so. A lot of samples from Akira. If you guys know Akira, it's an anime. Lots of still photography. This is like GoPro stuff. Those were all photos. That's super. This security guard came over here to kick us out. Yeah, and that is that. That one was fun because we were in Tokyo. I'm gonna get to some of your questions, man. First, Century and Romano. Does Cooper Ray have a Facebook? I'm not very good at Spanish, but it says Cooper Ray TNA Facebook, which I think it means Cooper Ray's Facebook. I don't think he's active on Facebook. I can check for you real quick. Let me see. There you go. All right, Century Romano. I'm putting Cooper's thing on blast in the chat. Hey Martin, how you doing? Going down. Wow, I can hear the fan on my computer. Do I need that on right now? It's so loud. Alright. Super Rude Dog. You've motivated me. I'm 30 pounds down. Damn, dude. That's awesome. Have you been riding every day? Is it just riding? Are you eating different? Are you not drinking anymore? Or is it everything's the same? You're just riding a bike now? That's pretty cool to hear, man. Tried to do a loop out expression in After Effects and it's flickering on the last frame of the loop. Huh? Terry, when are you going to do a hotline in Minneapolis? The entire city has dedicated paved bike trails going everywhere. I don't know, I haven't been yet. I need to go out there with a bike. I heard it's chill. I heard it's really good. You guys already have your coffee? I had my juice. Now I got some coffee. Coffee tastes watery. I had a damn, I think I lost it. I had a question from someone on a video I'm gonna get to real quick. It was give me a sec here. I had it loaded up and then I lost it. I just closed the window. All right, this question comes from Rob Baston, and he's saying, "Hey Terry, about filmmaking, here's a suggestion. I would be curious to know how a project gets planned, including cost, permits, location details, music rights, etc. Nothing too detailed, just high level." I don't know if you want me to make a video about that, but I'm going to explain that for like for client work. So basically, if an agency or a brand or a client reaches out, they normally don't reach out to me unless I have a relationship with like a producer there or somebody, and at that time there's all the idea is already there, and usually the producer just doing most of that work. I help, since I'm the DP in the situation, I help with if there's a director, I'm trying to help the director achieve their vision with everything to do with the camera and camera movements and lighting. So I work in that realm, so all the pre-production, the stuff that you're talking about, usually happens before I'm involved, or it happens while I'm involved, but I don't have a lot of say in it other than locations. Like I'll go to, if we're looking for certain things, I will, I'll go on the location scouts to make sure that technically it'll work for the camera and the lighting and all that. So I can tell you like really high level of how it works without me. Usually someone has an idea and they want to do it. So then they talk to a producer, a director, DP type, or all of them together. And they say, hey, we want to do this. And then depending on how big the budget is, they'll have a director with an idea to do that fits in that slot. And then it all depends on different kinds of projects. There's like really high projects and really low, like web-based small projects. So it depends on how much money's involved, what exactly is going to happen, and who's making decisions. And then from there, you got to go find locations for all your scenes. Before all that's done, there's like storyboard and a treatment that's already like written up. And then we're looking for locations, and then we're getting permits, and all these things are falling in place while I'm putting together a crew to handle lighting, and I'm figuring out what time of day we're going to shoot, and that works around the schedule. So then they start building the schedule. You know what I'm saying? It kind of like all kind of works like that together. At least in the level of like production that I'm in. I haven't been like super high up. At best, I feel like if like someone in their apartment making YouTube videos as a scale of like production, that's like the lowest level, right? Like live on their phone or something, all the way up to like maybe a Hollywood movie. I would say I've only reached like the bottom of the middle. You know what I mean? Like way past all the basic stuff on the bottom level, but I'm just on the bottom of the medium level. You know what I mean? I've never done anything super high level, so I can only tell you from what I know from experience. So yeah, that's that. Let's see. Super Rude Dog, Anna Puga special request. You got it. You drop a super chat, you get your request. All right, let's find Anna Puga. Let's see. Hey. I'll line that up for the end of the video. It'll be like the outro for the whole thing. Good suggestion, Rude Dog. Thank you for the extra bucks. Let's see. Yeah, the weather today, there's no riding for me either. It doesn't look like it's gonna rain anymore. I don't know. It's gray outside and the ground was wet when I woke up, so maybe I'll get out a little later. We'll see. All right, got this video lined up. Has anyone hired you specifically after watching one of your vids? You mean like YouTube? Yeah, that's happened. It didn't start happening till recently. And they're like, obviously they're very specific projects. But I think the first one happened it was last year, and it was for G-Shock. I basically just filmed a bunch of people riding bikes around Manhattan, like track bikes, wheelie bikes, and I never saw the final product. I don't even know, but I got my normal day rate for just riding around and filming with a camera on my head. That was the first one, and then recently I was in LA, and then I had a job opportunity in LA, and it got canceled after I was already there, and I brought all my camera stuff, and I was a little kind of upset about it because I carried all this stuff to LA. And then while I was in LA, I got a job offer to go to San Francisco for a few hours and go film just like I film a Hotline. So I have that footage as well, which is cool. And I got hired to do that, and that was just recently. That was a few weeks ago. So yeah. How do you get on the hotline? Says Alonzo. Just ride your bike, man. Feel it. It's within you. Joe Swain said, glad the music is gone. We all don't have the same taste in music. You must have a lot of network connection to keep you going based on exposure. That seems tight. No, that's not how this YouTube thing developed on the side of me working in video production already. So this was just a place for me to put up videos that I worked on my own that were like kind of half-baked ideas and like tests and stuff. So it kind of grew into what it is now, and now I'm live streaming to you out of my kitchen and living room. It's weird. Drew Freeman, Eric Auto Hotline. I'm down to do a commentary over that video. Maybe we'll wait. I don't want to connect it to this one. I can do one after this, Drew, if you want. I'm gonna have to end this stream and start a new stream, and I'll wait for you to join, and then it'll just be a regular video. You can probably watch it later if you want, but yeah, I can do that. Sunrise says it's not gonna rain until 6 p.m. That's good, and then I'll go ride my bike. Joe is also asking, Joe Swain, Terry, do you have experience joint, back, or neck, etc. pain after long rides? I used to get neck pain on the road bike from not being used to being like kind of like in the drops or like on the hoods, kind of stretched over the bike. But the longer you ride and the more aware of your bike fit you become, that stuff tends to go away. Right now I'm having elbow kind of pain sometimes, only on my left elbow, but I have a really messed up right wrist. You can see I have a scar there. I can't bend my wrist. That's all that's my flexibility. That's all I got. Anyways, so I think I'm straining this arm more on my bike than because of this hand. I don't know. It's just a guess. Jen Horn. How do you film your hotlines? What camera? What for a camera? It's so smooth. Check the description in the videos, man. I have some Amazon affiliate links down there. I have a whole section on just the cameras, and you'll see there's a gimbal, there's a GoPro. As you can see, the last hotline I just showed, I use multiple cameras in it. So the smooth ones is a GoPro with a gimbal. There's handheld, there's bigger cameras, there's photo cameras sometimes. It all depends. Boris is asking when the skate video is dropping. So far I only got one clip, Boris. You want to see it? Let me see if I can show you on my phone. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you would have seen it already. Where is it? Oh yeah. We're shooting an all vertical skate video, all vertical video. I only got one clip. I've only skated twice. I skated not yesterday, but the day before, and yesterday I could not. My legs were hurting really bad. So working on the edit. It's probably gonna take me 5 more years at this rate. You might have to do a chase by the cops video soon, the way things are going out there. I don't know. When I was out, it didn't seem anything crazy was going on yet. But if I do see it, you know, I'll have a camera and I'll show you guys and I'll share it. Danny's saying, I feel like I'm gaining weight during the quarantine. I think that's everyone is, man. We're just sitting around. You get bored, so you eat food. That's what I do. How many times I got up yesterday from the couch and just like walked over here and grabbed food? I wasn't hungry. I don't know. Jack Sheffel is asking, what's my favorite video I ever posted? Recently, was let me see if I can find it. I want to make sure I give you the correct title. It's kind of like bike ride when I was in Naoshima. I really like that video. But it didn't get a lot of views, which is okay. Let's see. Yeah, riding around Naoshima. I'll drop it in the I mean, it has almost 10,000 views, but I'll drop it in the live stream chat so you can see. I'll drop the link for you. I like that video. I don't know. We're just out riding around in Japan on this island, and I'm like filming with like a Nikon F100 around my neck, and on the hot shoe there's a GoPro. So when I'm riding my bike, the GoPro is just hanging on the camera around my neck. So and I'm like taking photos, and it's kind of like a bike ride and a photo walk at the same time, and it's just good memories. Um, Sunrays, the story behind the wrist injury. When I was in the military, I fell. I just fell forward. And I, it wasn't even a hard fall, but I heard my hand pop like deep in my, in my arm, and I knew something was wrong. So I went to the hospital, and you have to go to a military hospital on base. So I did that, and they x-rayed my wrist. And the doctor was like, I don't see anything broken or anything wrong. And then I kept complaining about it. And like, they're just like, oh, it's probably just spraying or something, like put a splint on it, like get a wrist guard or whatever. And they actually gave me one and ice it. And it was hurting the whole time, all the way up until 6 months later. Around your birthday, you have to do like a physical test, and part of that test is push-ups. So I couldn't bend my wrist to do push-ups, and I was trying to tell them, like, I can't do that. And they're like, what do you mean? I was like, I've been complaining about this for months. They're like, okay, we'll go back to the hospital and get it checked out. So I went back. They x-rayed it again. Still the same doctor too. He was like, oh, I don't see anything wrong. And I was like, okay, well, what can I do from here? And they're like, oh, well, you've been here twice. You're allowed to get a second opinion. So I did. I went off base. I went to the local hospital there, and I brought my x-rays, the 2 x-rays that I got 6 months apart from each other. The doctor opened the x-rays, looked at him, and he's like, oh, yeah, you broke your scaphoid bone right here. He's like, and he looked at the original x-rays, like the ones that was taken 6 months before. He saw it right away. So then they got an MRI for me, and then they were like, oh, you also ripped your ligaments off your scaphoid bone. And it was like that for 6 months. So there was a bunch of arthritis buildup in there. And then I had surgery to try to make it better, but this is the only range of motion I got. I went to physical therapy and everything, but man, that was painful. But that's the story. Don't expect to get good treatment in a military hospital. At least in my experience. Brendan Chin, teach us how to track stand. Oh man, this is a perfect time to learn on your own. I can't bring my bike in the house. My head will be chopped off by my girlfriend over there. So I would say I learned them in a kitchen on a rainy day in San Francisco. And yeah, just bring your bike inside, put your hand on the counter, and just like learn that feeling. It's really, you'll get it. You'll pick it up real quick. Danny, that's a good idea with the tall bike or the recumbent. I know someone with a tall bike, and it won't be much of a hotline because they're really hard to like weave through cars because they're so top heavy, but it would be cool to film one for sure, or even get an angle from up there, because it looks, I can imagine the point of view is crazy. Neen, did you ever get chased by the cops? No, I don't think so. Could you recommend any specific bike messenger bags? Murr bags. They're out of New York. Andrew Norris, are those headphones you use for editing? Yeah, you can edit with these. I have them to check my audio levels. Right now I can hear myself talking. It's to make sure that there's no pops or snaps, and then I see like 3 minutes later everyone's saying your audio, just to help me monitor a little bit better. It'd be awesome to have a trainer and join in on your morning at 8:15 uploads. Oh yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, if you guys, that's a good way to watch. Some people send me those clips on Instagram. They're usually like hotlines, but yeah, I can see just riding along to the upload while you're on the trainer. Also, in the video where you chase strangers down 5th Ave, did the guy ever message you? No. No one ever messaged me. Oh, Daniel, you've seen the video, the hill bombing in Naoshima. Yeah, those hills were crazy. And those bikes were funny. Yeah, I did 6 years in the Air Force, so I could pay for college. That was I looked at it as my only option to go to school and get out of the town I was in. Let's see. I wish this mug was full of Dr. Pepper. It's coffee. Someone tell you look like HBK Shawn Michaels? I don't know who that is. I'm gonna type it in.
Oh, no way down here. That was the spot I got run over. Las líneas rectas no se te dan, ¿verdad? Whoa. Yeah. Disculpa. Hey! You cannot go that fast because everyone crosses from everywhere.
My camera died, so I
There's
just switched
tons
it
of
over to
people.
this. Let me switch batteries.
And the traffic lights are not exactly like trustworthy. Nope. And the potholes, don't forget. ¿Vas a ir o no vas a ir, carnal?
Yo, this one's for Super Rug Dog. Thank you for the donation, the video request.
This is Garibaldi, we should go down. Just a while. Weaving again. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Don't get into your lane. Gracias. Bye bye. Gracias. Buen día. Tu línea, carnal. That's Reforma. So we're taking, I guess, a right through Reforma to head all the way to Polanco and to see the El Ángel and all that stuff. Whoa. Voy. Ni cuenta se dio. ¿Por qué? Qué elegante, señor. Ajá. So I don't want to get into the red bus way. Gracias. Because they don't necessarily stop when they see cyclists. All the way Reforma is this green lane, which is nice. It's kind of safe. Except when you're like riding around pedestrians and parked cars. But we can take southbound Insurgentes, go to the big Glorieta. It's a roundabout, a huge one, which has a metro station in the center of it. Or just taking this one, southbound to the roundabout, which is closer. So, yeah, we'll do the left thing. We'll do some more weaving to get into the Glorieta and maybe do it like a whole loop around it. Just for fun. Ow! Uncool. Woo! No, carnal. Es mi carril.
She was telling him to like, she was like, he was like, get over to the right, get over to the right. She was like, nope.
This is a huge roundabout.
This roundabout's awesome. Look how big it is. It's so crazy. And it's elevated above the city. There's levels underneath it too.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I think it's a big bus station to the left there.
Yay.
She's a strong, strong rider. I just, there's a curb there on the right that was like elevated, like a foot off the ground, and I just like double tired it while I was filming there. Had the road up on it.
We're at the Roma Norte. So we might end the same place we began.
This is Roma
I just
Norte.
felt my cog a little wobbly again.
This is where I stayed when I was in Mexico City, in this neighborhood.
So this is the same street we started at. And this part is
I just
nice.
adjusted my camera
So
there. You
nice.
can see my hand that came down. This is like her little crit attack right here.
Yeah, this was cool for a crit race. An obstacle crit race. Yo, buddy, don't get on my lane, please.
Anyways, that was the Anapuga video. Thanks for the request. That was cool. Get back to some questions here, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. It's been about, how long has it been? An hour? Yeah, almost an hour here. So, Danny's asking if I've ever considered doing more drone work. I stopped flying or using drones when I did a project with a client, and it crashed. We were doing something illegal, and it crashed into a building, and it like fell down like 4 stories, and it was on a sidewalk that people do use. And after that, I was like, I could have hurt somebody. I was like, nah, it's totally out of my control. The drone just did whatever it wanted, and it just like flew super fast into the building on its own. I was like, okay. That like loss of control is sketchy. So if I was to mess with drones again, I wouldn't do it in the city at all. There's just too much that could happen, you know. So I would do it like if we were out doing gravel rides and we were like out in the country. I don't have a problem with that. But in a dense city, that's why you haven't seen any drone stuff from me in a long time. Audrey, MRI, is that what you said? Yeah, I had an MRI. And they saw that my ligament was ripped. The audio's still low. I mean, I can turn up the damn gain on this thing, but let me see. Now that seems like it's too high. Here, let me turn it down here. Is that better? What's next? Julian Machuca. Recommendations for getting started. Should you have certain times? Yeah, just be consistent. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a few years, you know? These headphones are, they work and they're comfortable on your ears, and they're not that expensive. They're like $70 at B&H, so it works. Drew Freeman, what are your thoughts on Peloton? I think it's cool to get people exercising and into bikes. I don't think it's not riding a bike, for sure. It's not the same thing, but it's cool. I'm for it. I'm not against people exercising. Let's see here. Damn, I lost where I'm at. All right, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna pick a spot. All right. Thoughts on using stabilizers? Yeah, use them. People are talking about a lot of aluminum versus steel on here. Cool. Just ride whatever you have, man. I like that there's conversations going on in here between people. That's great. Terry, what's the bike you're riding in the Chinatown vid? That's the Affinity Low Pro. What's my take on steel versus aluminum? I just answered that. Just ride whatever you have, man. I've only had a few aluminum bikes, and I haven't had like a nice one before. I guess I had a Vigorelli for a little bit, Chinelli Vigorelli, but still. They're stiffer. I don't know. I didn't ride one long enough to really know a nice one anyways. I've had more steel bikes than anything. Danny is saying you need to have a UAV license because you can get in some deep shit. Yeah, and then DJI was smart and they made so the law was like you need to have a license to fly a drone if your flying thing is this much weight and higher. So you and it was like I think it was like under 7 pounds or something. So then DJI made a they made a drone that weighs like 2 grams under the legal limit, so then you don't need a license, which was pretty cool. I don't know if that still works now. Legislation takes a while in the US, but I was interested in getting that one, but the quality is just not totally there, and I don't want to spend $1,000 on a drone. If I was to get any drone, I would get the Skydio 2. In fact, I tried to message them, and they were like, no, we're not gonna that's not gonna happen with you riding in the city. God, they know they're not gonna post videos of people riding track bikes or bikes in the city with using their drones because they know it's illegal and dangerous. So I have to rework that angle and do something like I said in the country with gravel or mountain bikes or stuff like that. But that Skydio 2 can track you pretty well, and the footage isn't that bad. Let's see. More content like this. Milo, thanks, man. This is the daily thing for a while, since we're all stuck in the house. Devin Erickson, do you wrench on your own bikes or support your local bike shop? Because I work out of, things are different right now since I can't go to the studio. But my studio I share with Affinity Cycles, and before they were a bike brand, they were a bike shop. So there's a bike stand and all the tools for most things I need there. So I do most of my work on my bikes in there. If I need anything complicated and that we don't have, like for example, we don't have anything for bleeding brakes. Can you guys hear the fan? The fan's back on. I have nothing to bleed brakes or work on any hydraulic brakes at all. So I would bring that to a shop. So yeah, I would support the shop for that kind of stuff. But I like to work on my own stuff as much as possible. I also have friends who are mechanics or used to be mechanics. And they like to freelance. build things as well. So, or like wrench still on the side. So I'll try to hit them up. Andrew, love the story how you saved it to go to film school. Well, I went into the military to help pay for college. I still have a tremendous amount of student loans. Unfortunately, they helped a lot, but they didn't cover the whole thing because I also didn't go to film school. I went to Academy of Art in San Francisco, and I did new media design, which is basically like they taught me how to use the Creative Suite, the Adobe Creative Suite, and then from there I started taking film editing classes, and then was already shooting photos and kind of went that direction on my own. Zach Morrison, could you show Cooper going into the Temple Court building? We'd have to film that. I don't have that recorded. Quentin, what's up, dude? How are you? Theodore, because of the situation with the coronavirus, are there more cyclists on the road in NY? When the weather's nice, I noticed it right away in my neighborhood. There's not a lot of people who ride where I'm at, and I noticed a lot of people when the weather was nice. What's up, Big Eddie? Jason Val, your Moscow Alley Cat vid was fun. It looked like a lot of highways. Any smaller street riding? Honestly, in the St. Petersburg, the streets are a little smaller, but they still have huge, crazy big roadways. And in Moscow, there's just these like huge belts of roadways that wrap around Moscow. And honestly, that's how the city's built, these big roadways. So if you watch some of the other videos from Russia, there is some smaller roadway riding, but it's mostly on those races. Those race videos are like we're on major roads. Super Rude Dog, thank you, man. He's saying indoor stationary will lose all motivation. You need to experience the real. I agree. The only way you're gonna have fun on the stationary bike is if you load up that trainer video that I made. I'm just playing. Yeah, I don't have a trainer, but I agree with Super Rude Dog. I ride bikes because I enjoy the wind on my face and seeing things. Observing everything, and you don't get to do that when you're inside. The fitness part of it is like the secondary piece of it. Hotline unicycle, let me know. Find me a unicycle that can coast. Tire size preference for street use. I have 28s right now. As I've gotten older, and also it's like kind of in fashion to have like more supple, bigger tires. I ride 28s on my single speed. I have 28s, 25s on my track bike. It won't fit 28s on the fork. So yeah, those are what I use for the street. And then 42s on my my number 22 gravel bike. Deja vu. Is your low pro noticeably low at the front? The height difference between my saddle and my handlebars. Funny enough, it's actually almost identical to how it was on my volume cutter. My volume cutter I bought it intentionally a size down, a size smaller, because at the time I was doing tricks on that bike, and I should try to find the video of me doing like fixed gear freestyle tricks. Maybe I can find that. Anyways, it's easier to throw the bike around when it's a little smaller, and the low pro it doesn't bother me, the bar to saddle height. What bothered me about it was the reach. The length of the top tube is shorter because it's pursuit. So I just, that part was a little bothersome. It fits fine now. I put a 130 stem on to fix the reach, basically. That's how I fixed it. So I had to get a longer stem. I usually run a 120, so I put a 130 on there. Let's see. Danny's girlfriend was a competitive bicyclist and mechanic for 10 years. Wow, dude. She wrenches on your bike for you? That's great. That's cool to hear. That's quite the opposite for most people, I'd say. It's usually the other way around. What is the coffee brand you're using? It's a local roaster from Connecticut, right? Currently. UVB is asking of a video in Hong Kong. Dude, I really want to go there too. I wanted to go there before. I have the media, at least the US media, is portraying that Hong Kong is changing a lot because of the whole political thing with China and the influence happening since the UK pretty much gave Hong Kong back to China. So I've heard it's like really going through a change. I would like to get there before it's too much of a change, but right now with everything going on, obviously, we'll see. But yeah, I know that there's huge mountains behind Hong Kong. It would be cool to go up there, like to ride all. It just seems like the back roads out there would be sick just as much as the city. So let's see. Dude, you're a channel member, dude. Shout out to Big Eddie. What else do we got? I'm just scrolling through your guys' conversation. It's really cool that you guys are talking to each other on here. That's awesome. UVB, do you own any locks and which ones? I have a Kryptonite and I have a an Avis right now. Those are like the two, that and Pitbull. Bulldog or Pitbull used to be locks I used, and then I would just cut off all the extra like rubbers and plastics they put on it because I hated all that stuff. And typically if I'm using my bike and like locking it up for a while and then going to walk around or something, I use two at the same time. I put one through my frame and then one through my front wheel, my down tube, because I just think if your bike looks more secure, then if I was a bike thief, I would pass the bike that had two locks on it, and I'd go and fuck with the bike that didn't have two locks on it. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm not a bike thief, so Big Eddie watched Cooper Ray last night. In case you missed it, I commented, poetry in motion. He's still wheeling in the greatest city in the world. Yeah, he lives really close to me, actually. I think because of all this, we're all keeping our distance from one another. So I messaged him recently. I talked to him, but I haven't. We're not going on rides or anything together right now because of all this. We're trying to do our best to keep our distance from one another right now. But if I was out riding and I saw him, like, I would keep my distance, but I'd still say, hey, what's up? I'd stop or whatever. GM, did you ever blow up a rim while pumping up a tire? No, I've blown a tire off a rim before. I've popped, if you do it in a bike shop, if you ever pump up your tire in a bike shop and you blow your inner tube and your tire off the rim, you're supposed to go buy everyone a 6-pack of beer. That's what I've heard. That's what you're supposed to do. But I've done that before. I've ridden my bike and I've blown a tire off the rim while I was on the bike, which is really scary. But yes, I have. You gotta watch your thing, watch your sidewalls and the beads on the tire and the rim. Make sure everything's seating and sealed right. What's up, Bustelio? Super Rude Dog, welcome to the channel. Super Rude Dog is now part of the channel. Appreciate that. I've been doing this every single day. Yesterday, a bunch of people joined the channel. So I appreciate all of you who have. I'm going to drop in. You want to know how to join the channel? I just dropped a link down there. If you click it, you can join the channel. Most of you have joined already, and I appreciate you. Welcome to the channel, Rude Dog. Super Rude Dog. Danny, Hotline Dustin Klein. Dustin, I know Dustin from way back when we both lived in San Francisco. He was doing Cadence. He was part of the original, he had a part in MASH. He had a part, I think he also had a part in Macaframa, maybe. Yeah, he's cool, man. He's always working on stuff. And he got into the YouTube stuff recently, and he's developed his own style and his way of doing things. It's cool. It's really hard to document a ride like he does. He does a lot of camera angles, and he has it all kind of, I won't say it's templated out now, but he has his style, and he knows he does a thing, and then he asks people about his bike, and that stuff takes a lot of effort. I did a video similar to that, kind of like an homage to him, when I was in Italy, and that stuff it's hard to do, man. So shout out to Dustin Klein. Bustelio. Wait, what roaster? I love coffee here. I bought a few pounds of beans from Fussy Coffee here in New Hampshire? New NHB. Oh, thank you for the channel shout out. Here, let me see. I don't have another camera angle over here. It's kind of awkward. I'm just gonna go up and get it. Oh. I remember. It's Sacred Grounds. Sacred Grounds in Connecticut. There, I didn't even have to get up. Let me stretch my leg. Been sitting for a while. Danny, thanks for that that shout out. I'm gonna copy and paste that channel so I can find it. Oh, that's crazy. I've actually stumbled across this guy's channel already. He's like an English guy, an expat, right? He's like, I guess he was like originally he was like a motorcycle rider. Thanks for that. I'll check it out. Big Eddie, you ever tried Stumptown's Brooklyn blend? I've had a lot of Stumptown. I used to like it. It's like a Portland roastery. I think they got bought out though by Pete's Coffee or something a couple years back. I mean, they're all getting bought out. Super Rude Dog with the green. Hello. See? Welcome to the channel again. Do you have a wheel jig and tension your own wheels? Zach Morrison. I used to have a truing stand, and I didn't have like anything to test the tension, but I've built a few wheels in my day. Jay Goods, come do the Triple Crown in Vancouver. Dude, I would love to ride in Vancouver. Also, I'd love to go up to Whistler. It looks like a lot of fun. Jacques is asking, have you ever checked out the Farmington Canal Trail? I have not. Here, I'm going to copy this. I'll check that out too. It goes from New Haven, Connecticut into Westfield, Massachusetts, 60 miles with only one break in the trail. I haven't. I would love to check that out. Does your bike have any registry schemes? No, my bikes aren't registered or anything. Super Rude Dog, can I please get you some better headphones? If you'd like to. These, like I said, these are just from B&H. I have 2 sets of them, and these are for my podcast. Really, podcast. Damn it, it's not a podcast. These are for the TB show for me and a guest, so we can, monitor our own audio levels. If you'd like to, I do post. I have a address in the description of all my videos on the bottom. Let's see. Oh, New Haven. I see. Terry, did you experience knee pain and how to get over it? I've had knee pain when I was riding, when I was only riding like a track bike or just the single speed for long enough. What I do that helps my knees is I ride different kinds of bikes, because the position on the bike helps a lot. Or just you gotta take a rest day, you know what I mean? If you ride your bike hard every day, you never have enough time to recover, and that's not healthy. So it doesn't mean you can't be active. It just means do something slightly different. So go for a walk. A lot of times if I'm like super exhausted or my legs are shot, the following day, especially if I'm like traveling, like I did this in San Francisco a few times, I'll just go on a photo walk. I'll go and shoot photos. I'll go walk like 10 miles. And it gives you, in my opinion, it allows you to flush your legs still, you know, after a big ride. But you're not doing the same activity. You're kind of you're walking, so you're doing something a little different, and that's what kind of works for me. Yeah, and bike fit really helps. Yep, I follow BKXC. I think I'm even a Patreon. I'm a Patreon supporter of Brian over there on Patreon. I think I support him in his channel. He's on the world travel or nation. He's driving around the nation in his van right now, checking out all the mountain bike spots, even during this Corona thing, which is crazy. He is actually from his local trails is where I grew up, which is cool. I actually messaged him and tried to tell him. I was like, yo, if you come to New York, dude, like I know a couple places we can ride. It could be fun. But he responded to me right away, which I was surprised, but then he was like, I already have like so much going on, and then this whole Corona thing happened, so didn't get to it doesn't seem like we're gonna connect, but I was like, I do a YouTube thing too. It'd be cool to meet up, but whatever. Any of y'all stop in New Haven when things clear up? Oh, for sure. I've never been over there. I'd love to stop in. I like to check out other bike shops. Martin's asking if I prefer pour over coffee or espresso. I don't have an espresso maker here, so I do pour overs. When I'm out and when we're not stuck in our houses like this, I normally like to go and get an espresso and a cold coffee. I think I like the espresso because they give you a little bit of soda water. I think I'm addicted to the water more than the espresso, but I appreciate nice espresso. Danny is asking, did you ever smoke cigs? I'm always amazed how many great riders locally smoke. I used to smoke when I was in the military, and I did it because I smoked here and there when I was younger. I don't really know why, just kind of stupid. And then you were given extra like breaks when you smoke cigarettes, and then I stopped. I don't think I was 100% a full smoker yet, because I feel like a real smoker will wake up in the morning and smoke a cigarette. When I would wake up in the morning, like that's the last thing I want. It was like put a cigarette in my mouth. So I never got to that point. And I was smoking when I was like drinking, basically. And then at work, you were given extra time if you smoke cigarettes to go outside. So that was like a benefit. And then once I stopped, I was still in the military, and I was like, because I don't smoke anymore means I can't go outside. I'm going to go take a fresh air break. You know what I mean? So I would like leave and go outside with people who were smoking cigarettes, but I wouldn't smoke. I would just sit there and chill. I was like, these guys can't get extra breaks just because they smoke. It's not fair. Danny makes money on the saddle. I think we might have talked about motion graphics. That would be sweet. Tedor, Terry, why don't you use telemetry? Like, you talking about all the graphs and stuff on the videos? I just, not aesthetically, I just don't like it. It's also, a main thing for me is I have to run the GoPro footage through the GoPro app to export it, and I am not a fan of that. That's not my workflow. GoPro bakes in all this crap into your footage when you go through their app, and I'm not a fan of it. So I use Premiere, and I would have to go put it into the GoPro app, export out of the GoPro app, then bring it into Premiere. Not trying to do an extra step like that. I already have so many steps in my process of these videos that I don't want to add that extra layer. Now, if there was like a Premiere plugin that I can turn off and on really easily, then I would think about trying it on certain videos. But until then, just check out the Strava links, I guess. Let's see. Yep, Danny, I know single track sampler. I'm not subscribed, but I do watch his stuff here and there. I used to have a French press. Don't fuck with it as much anymore. I like the pour over. It's a little lighter. J Gods, you just signed up for new media program. Yeah, I did enjoy it. The problem with is that I don't want to like steer you out of school, but a lot of the things you can just learn this stuff. If you really are interested in it, YouTube is here. And there's a lot of bad information on YouTube, but you can learn a lot from people by just applying, just experimenting and then applying what you've learned through YouTube. Going to school, though, you'll learn. I think what I learned the most there is like file structure, file organization, a little bit of discipline, I guess, and then the network of people and friends you meet. And I'm not even really connected to any of them anymore at all, really, but it's more about being around other people that are also working on stuff and doing things, so you kind of get that going, which is something you can't really replace. So I did enjoy it. It was expensive, though. Dude, I think I made it. I made it to the bottom of the feed finally. I said I would be here. How long were we going? Hour and a half. 30 minutes ago I said I was going to get off, so that was easy. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate the 2 new memberships and all the donations and the video requests today. What else? It's Sunday, so it's been a week of New York. Well, tonight at 8 will be a week of, since we were all told to, if we're not an essential worker, stay home. You can go out and ride your bike. So it's been a week. It's been a week of these videos. This is number 8. So that's, yeah. It's cool to see the evolution of this the stream setup. Got the audio fixed. Hopefully, got the the setup to share videos with you guys, and just growing with the channel. Thank you guys for being there. I'm glad that everyone's having a conversation in the chat. That's really cool. That's a really cool part about this whole thing, is that people sitting at home can talk to each other. So thank you. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on the next upload and live stream coming at you tomorrow. So until then, peace.